after moving 400 cars, as I was here to give me a hand. It's on, wonky as, because it's heavy, and I've already got starter motor half out of it, so let's get this box out. So first up, tail shaft out, and then I'll move on to getting rid of this wiring, shift the cable, and then transcore lines, block them off, converter bolts, and then there's about 6 bolts that hold it in, and it comes out. Really is piss easy, but it's just dirty. This thing's so oily, so I'm gonna have to try and find where that's coming from. But if it's leaking, it's got oil. Probably not the right thing to say, but and the exhaust is nearly rubbed through too. It's got a bit of fog in there. It's this side like, so it's pretty good. Under there's pretty bad. So let's get this thing out and done. So that took literally an hour on the dot. Flex plates off. Was going to buy exact same one, but I was speaking to Kev and he said there's a better one out for a billet one now. So I've got a billet one coming to replace that. And then with my old exhaust, I could get the starter motor out without taking it off anything. This exhaust, I'm going to have to take it off or hopefully drop this fitting off and it can come out. I need to drain the oil anyway because I've done power play, I change it every event. So I'm going to do that now and drop that down and then I'll show you what happened to that. But it's out. And yeah, and I'll show you what it did to this too. So and I'm going to buy a new gear for the starter. So it's all brand new and then try line it up. So see if there is an unalignment or something, an issue causing this to happen. So because I don't want it to happen again because it's expensive. So I'm going to do this now. Yeah. So what we got here is, this thing is so oily. They're not too bad. They're a little bit rounded over. And then we've got, this is an ATI SFI approved ring gear, if wants to focus. You see, munched them. So I think, and you can see how the marks only come like 4 mil back from here, so we think it's not coming out far enough into here, and maybe like not deep enough in, because you see there it's about there where my fingernail is, where it kind of should be down there. So that's a spacing issue, but the not coming back far enough into here is an issue. So I've ordered a full billet one, or Kev has anyway. Kev's got a full billet one coming, a Mizier one, and then I'm just going to replace the gear on this to be safe. It doesn't look too bad, but I'm not paying $7 million for a billet flywheel or ring gear, and then this destroy it. So I'm going to buy a new one of these two while I'm there, but I'll get that sorted, count the teeth on this, count the teeth on the inside, get a new one ordered, speak to Kev, and see if there's a reason why it's not coming out so far. Try fix that issue, but that'll do for today. I've just got back outside, and then hopefully get that done this week. Hopefully get it back in so I can get it running full brash and that. So I've been over to Price Engines, got the new flex plate, a Mizier or however you want to say it. So you've got a billet one, nice and shiny. So, and I ordered new gear for the starter, and now this is, I'm praying is the right one, because I don't really know, to be honest, because my starter has no brand or anything on it, but it's the same tooth obviously on the outside, the only one I can find, and I'm just going to go on a wing and I hope this is the right one. So let's go find out if it will fit or not, so I can put that back in this weekend. Fucking what shit weather lately. King's sitting outside. This thing's oily, so it's been, I don't even know where it is. Where is it? That one. Wrapped in a rag. So let's go see if it wants to fit. I hope so, because it was $70. And once I open it, I can't return it. So, fuck, I'm praying this thing fits. Alrighty, where's my knife? card here. I'm really actually praying this fits, because if it doesn't, I don't really know what I'm going to do. I think it's different, just by looking at it. Yes! Straight on there. Looks like it's going to be the right one too. That has made my day. Yes! What a guess. And I buy this one because it comes with all the clips and everything with it too. So that's a bonus. That means I can get this on Saturday, get it back in, get that thing off the hoist, put the king back on, and then make sure the alignment is done. Got to find out. Kev was saying that you put a drill bit, there's a certain size drill bit you put in there, and the flex plate to get the adjustment right. So I'm going to have to look that up so I can get the proper adjustment for it. But it's Thursday now, so 2 days time I'll have this thing back in running and ready to go for brushing it. Tell you what, that car is heavy. This is a weld diff. Makes it a bigger pain in the ass to push around corners. Especially trying to go to the hoist with wood underneath it. Makes it difficult, but it's done. Got to put the starter motor gear on properly, and then get it in there and make sure it's aligned properly, otherwise it's going to chew it out. So let's get that done, and then box back in, and Bob's your uncle, we're done. Not really going to change oil too. Freshie is on. That was a pain in the ass to do. Because it was a pain in the ass to pull off, pain in the ass to get back on. I actually didn't know how I was going to get back on, but I did. So we'll get that thing up in the air, and then we'll get that in first, and then that on, and then see about the engagement. Alright, what I've done is feel the gauge, cut it down so I can slide it in between there. The ring gear starter, check the lash, and that is at 20 thou. They say 25 max, so I thought I'd go down a bit and go at 20 thou, which is, for you people out there, 0.508 of a millimetre, which is what I usually use too, but it's 0.20 thou. So, we'll get that in there, check this. So, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Is everyone's to go in there, play the ball. So, in the teeth, that way, that's what it's got to be, is 25 thou movement in there. So, I think it's going to work. I'm going to double check that. I might even get my old boy to help me, because I can't really see and hold this out at the same time. So, yeah, I'll double check that, and we're ready to go. All in. Done. That's perfect. Me and Dad checked it 3 times. So that's enough at 20 thou. Put this back in. Goes in pretty easy. Just gotta watch that earth strap. Bend that out of the way so it can stay there. And then put the gearbox back in, which just doesn't take too long. And then that's it. Get it back together, change oil, and fire it up. Do a shed driveway skid if Dad moves the bus. All in. Bolts are in the back here. I've got 4 bolts in there. You can see the one there. There's one up there. I'll check them tight for when I come from the top, and then there's another 1 or 2 at the top. I think how many bolts I've got left. Yeah, not sure. And then so obviously just got that in there at the moment. Just got the transmission fluid coming out. This is the most pain in the ass part about doing this. Just put the tail shaft in, put that in with the loop, and then shift the cable and converter bolts. So let's actually I haven't even looked at this. So let's check our converter, see if it's got gap. So what you do is you pull it all the way back, give it a spin, and it's got gap in there. So that's good. That means it was good for our pump. It means it's got room to, hence the word flex plate, to move back and forth and not destroy the pump. So I can get those in next, which is another pain in the ass to do, and then stuff all left after that. All in it. It is a nightmare. Absolute pain. I know what you think. I won't use a socket because you can't get a socket in there, so it's going to be a spanner the whole way. That's a nightmare. Tail shaft loops tight. Probably going to do the converter bolts next because get the most pain in the ass thing done, and then we can move on to the shift the cable, transcore lines. That's it. So I was had an issue that I went to turn the motor over to the converter bolts. I didn't video it because it was too hard to video. And the starter motor, exaggeration, is kicked like this, so it's only, as you can see by the mark there, right there, that it's only grabbing on the outside of the teeth. So I'm going to pull it out and see if I could kick it out this way so it's actually running parallel with these teeth. Otherwise it's just going to do the exact same thing again. I'm not happy about it. It's because it's Sunday and I would like to go up, sit down and do nothing. But I'll get it done. So the other day was Sunday. It's now Wednesday, Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I got the starter up right. It was just, I didn't film it because I was in a rush trying to get it done. So I got it sitting right, lined properly, and then I got everything back together. And I made a rookie mistake. Forgot to put the transcore lines back on. So I packed up because the time was 7 o'clock at night. And then, because I tried for like half an hour to get them on, it's just a prick of a spot. I meant to put them on before I put the box in it, but I forgot. So I was prepared to pull them out, and then I was laying in bed, and I thought, I have this hole here, this plate for the dipstick for the transmission. But you can see, that's the lines right there. So I just made the hole a bit bigger, and I got them on. So I'm just going to make a new plate to go around that to cover that up, for safety reasons, and then on the weekends I can start it, check oil, check trans oil, and then clean it, and that's it, ready to rumble for the weekend. I just got to get tyres, which I'll just take down. I think I got old sets I can skid on a little pad, and then I've got new ones. I'll take 2 down obviously for the big pad. So that's it for pulling the gearbox out. So next video will be brashing nuts. So get pumped on that, and I will see you soon.